Hi, welcome to Game Nights. I'm Dank,
And I'm Calamity Jane.
and Watson is taking a giant shit right now.
Yep.
So we
Squeezing it
figured
out.
we'd, just powering through it. So we decided we'd do the supplemental armoring tutorial. I'm gonna teach you how to gear up your shit, and I'll
Gear up like pros.
gear up like flare up.
Shut up.
Ye-
So, there's some basic rules that you follow. Obviously, depending on your class and what advanced class you choose, there'd be a little bit of alterations. But we're just going to go over some general rules here. Um, for there isn't a lot of difference between healing gear and DPS gear. Healing, you want a little more crit, because especially in like ops healers, they get their resource back from a crit. So obviously you want to be able to crit more, but you shouldn't.
Critting's good, right?
Yeah, you shouldn't
That's good.
take a ton of it. You still want to have mostly power and surge, and we'll go over what those things mean here for the people who are a bit new to all this.
Like me.
All right, yes, because you're a tard. All right, so my character is a sniper, so DPS, and bringing up my little screen here, there it shows all my gear.
Ugh, what crap.
Yeah, be quiet, you. What you'll notice is you'll have like two things here, and they're like drop down boxes that you can do differently. But I mean, the only time you really want to do that is like switch like your range or melee damage, depending on what you are, to like tech or force, depending on what you are, so you can see your regen rate and alacrity and stuff like that. But we'll get to that. You have your damage primary, and that's just how much damage you do with your basic attack. Yeah. And if you hover your cursor over these things, you'll see how they got to those numbers. So it's useful to just kind of track on how much bonus damage you're getting, which just happens to be the next stat. And what that is that's mostly it's power, and then it's the damage boost you get off of your main stat. And then, like, you can see, like, I have, like, a little bit of damage boost from aim, even though my character uses cunning, just because aim also increases tech damage.
You know what else you have?
What?
You have a tiara on.
Well, that's because I'm awesome. I'm a pretty princess.
You.
Alright. Accuracy here, that's obviously how often you hit. Now, this seems like a high number. Okay, but when you get into more end-game content like that, you actually want to bring this up to over 100%. Because what that does is actually, like some bosses and stuff have like a certain amount of dodge, basically. And you bring it up over 100%, then you just won't miss.
You can't hit for more than 100%. That would mean you're hitting more times than you're shooting.
No, it overcomes their defense. It's how it works in SWTOR. Shut your face.
It's breaking my brain.
Well,
In the future, oh wait, this is the past. In the past, math works differently.
it does. Blame George Lucas. All right.
Damn that guy.
So then you have critical chance, which again, not really that important for DPS. I mean, a certain amount of crit is always nice because you do the extra damage and stuff like that. So I mean, it's nice, and some DPSs have processes similar to what healers do. So I mean, it's always good to take a little bit, but it's as you can see, I don't have much. I just try to keep it over 20% until we get to the end game where your gearing's a little easier, to mess with the numbers. Lower levels like this, you're just better off to take power and surge and just deal with that later. Critical multiplier is actually surge. It's stupid that they don't call it surge here because people are like, how much surge do you have? I don't know. I don't even see it.
I have 3 surges.
Yeah.
Surges.
Shut up. I have a... as you can see, hovering over it, and it tells you how much surge you have. And you can see I have a plus 1%. That's actually from like completing my class stories on other tunes and stuff. You gain little bonuses, and that's one of them. You see, it's almost 70%. That means, well, if I hit a crit, with my crit chance here, that means I'll do whatever attack I was doing 168.67% of the damage. So that's nice. So when you're gearing up your character, like I said, this is a sniper, so she uses cunning.
Sorry, brothers.
And, yes, you very are. So.
By the way, Watson
see,
just came back.
Yes.
So thanks for coming back right in the middle of our armor tutorial.
Yes, it's great. Thank you.
Go to hell.
Indeed. So we have mostly power and surge. I have a little bit of alacrity here and there, just because speeding up of activation times and increased resource regeneration is always nice. But just as a general rule, power, surge, then crit. And then alacrity if you fit it in. So now we're going to talk a little bit about healers. Again, it's the same thing mostly for DPS and healers. Just a little more crit for healers, and other than that, pretty much the same. It'd probably go power, crit, surge, but unless you're a sage / sorcerer healer, they really don't get jack shit off of crit. So you basically want to go all power and surge with them. The little amount of crit that you have, I mean, sure, getting a crit for your heals is always nice, but you get a better baseline heal if you just have more power than trying to stack ridiculous amounts of crit, because you don't really get any processes from it. So yes, it's very nice. So like ops healers, a little more crit than the other ones. Merc healers also get, also could use a little extra crit. Try to keep it like 22% or something like that. But again, mostly power and surge. So now we're going to talk about tanks. And oh dear lord, there's a cat man getting naked in front of me. Please stop. So the thing with tanks, it's very similar to other
Yeah. You like this?
No, I'm turning away now.
Wait, come back.
It is very similar to other MMO and tanking stats that you will have played. It's very similar. Could you please put your clothes back on so I can talk about the defensive stats? You frickin' tard.
Oh yeah. Oh, damn it, Watson! You're ruining my groove, man.
All right. Now he's actually geared very crappily, so just take that with a grain of salt.
No wonder I was dying so much during that last flashpoint.
Yeah, you need to gear. This is great to talk about this right in the middle of fucking gearing episode, you fucking idiot.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, you surely aren't. So the thing is, different tanking classes have different stat priorities. Okay? With, again, this is just going to be more of a general discussion because there's much theory crafting going on about this. But for the most part, power techs have great passive mitigation. They have great, they wear the heavy armor, and then they also have talents that boost the amount of armor rating that they get.
Like this talent.
Okay, no shitting on my lawn. So what you end up wanting to stack, now there's a bug here. It doesn't actually show his shield chance and absorb chance. Could you tell me what those are?
Sure. My shield chance, I don't know, hold on, it's 32.43.
Ouch. What's your absorb?
And my absorb is 29.65.
Holy fuck, you suck dick. So
look, it's been a couple levels since we're going through levels. Just so everybody knows, we're power leveling these guys pretty quick.
And yet, I'm still staying on top of my gear when you are not. Anywho. So, what you want to do is, early on, it's hard to get good tanking stats. you know, you see how it's mostly just enhancements. When you get up into higher levels, the mods will also have tanking stats like absorb and defense on them. But for the most part, you early on you get all of your tanking and taking mitigation stats from enhancements. So, with like I was saying, with power techs, you want to prioritize shield, defense, then absorption. Okay. Now you would think, oh, why wouldn't I want to stack up on absorption? You know, because that's just damage absorbed, right? Well, the problem here is that you actually have to shield something in order to get that absorption to work. So it's better to have 40% shield and 25% absorption than 25% shield and 40% absorption. See what I'm saying? Moron? Stupid? Yes. You will stop with that emoting crap. This is not a role-playing server. So, you know, so early on, obviously, he's not really going to have a ton of choices. He'll probably, you know, like after this video's over, I will castigate him into actually getting geared for his level. But you're probably going to end up stacking shield and defense mostly because absorb stats come pretty hard at this level. So, with other tanks such as Juggernauts, they have pretty good defensive cooldowns. So, and they also wear heavy armor, and they get a talent to also increase their heavy armor. So they almost have as good passive as a power tech. But what you want to do there is, because they're melee and they get up close, it's actually for different reasons. You want to increase shield and defense, you know, and absorb later.
I always absorb later.
Be quiet. The reason being is that, you know, dodging is well, obviously mitigates everything. And,
because you don't get hit.
Yeah, it's because you don't get hit. So it's better to boost those stats that way. You know, again, it's the same end result as a power tech for different reasons. Also, here's a little aside. Power tech also gets a ability later in the tree where they basically get a big boost to their absorption. So that's why another reason why you stack shield and defense. Now the final tank. Just in terms of our discussion here, is the Shadow/Assassin, depending on if you're a filthy pub or you're an awesome Empire character. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Empire is just cooler.
It's true.
The only cool character on there
Smug.
is the Smuggler. I do love my Smugglers.
Yep.
But
I say the
rest of them all
Smugs and the
blow.
Mercs all go off and make their own fucking...
Oh man, don't even start that, because I have like this whole fucking thing about how they should be neutral
They
factions.
should be neutral factions. They should be
Yeah.
the Hutt faction.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so with the sorcerers, assassins, I mean, they get boosts to both their shield chance and absorption. So basically, you really don't pay any attention to absorption, and
I never do anyway.
yeah, well, you're never an assassin tank, so.
Oh, right. The Sin tank is broken. We talked about this. You have a Sin tank.
Yeah, I do.
55.
They've gotten better. I'm probably Duster off here, just
Gross.
because, you know, it was a lot of fun to play, but. Yeah, they have a problem with being very spiky in certain situations.
That was fun to heal.
Yeah, well, you're a horrible healer too.
I'm a fantastic healer.
Yeah, no.
The best healer in the game.
You will shut your fat whore mouth. So, but yeah, so like I was saying, is they have passive. I mean, they have skills that you activate in order to increase your shield and your absorption. With that, they have light armor. So you would think, why would they want a tank with light armor? Okay, well, they get a boost to their armor, so it gets close to the other tanks in terms of mitigation. Not all the way. I mean, I think you know, my Sin tank isn't min-maxed or anything, but she's got like 30-something%, like 33% mitigation. Like if you remember, Dank has 44 right now, so.
Hold on, when
close.
I get my mods back.
So close, but not great.
Get off me.
But so what you actually do in this thing is you stack a lot of defense, because you already get a boost to your shield chance, and you already get a boost to your absorption. So you want to fill in the stats that you don't actually have. Okay, again, this is very general. There's great forum posts, like a Keyboard Ninja is a guy on the
We'll
forum.
link to some in the comments too. Yeah, you can see below for a link.
Yeah. He does great, you know, actual numeral breakdowns of what you should have when. Now, I you know, it's like theory crafting to an extreme. Like we're talking like percentage points difference either way, but it's also a great way to just take a look at your overall stat budget and figure out where you are. But if you just follow the the basic tips here, where Guardians and power techs for different reasons, you want to go shield, defense, absorption, and then for Sin tanks, you want defense, shield, absorb. Okay. So, I mean, if you just go by the general rule and then match up your stat budget, you'll be fine. You know, and another date we'll talk about rotations and things like that, and you know, how to do it with different classes and stuff. But just for now, remember, for DPS, you want your main stat. This is the priority. Main stat, power, surge. For healers, you want a little bit of crit, but still main stat, power, surge. Okay, and then I already ran over what tank should have. So just follow that, and you'll be okay. And you'll be ahead of the curve. I mean, because we see some retarded people in Group Finder. Damn, hell, you've seen them too. We at least kick one almost every week.
That's true.
So
should make it a goal to kick one every week.
We should just examine their gear, watch their behavior.
Yep.
And kick them. Yeah. So this is Calamity Jane.
And I am Dank. We play on the Harbinger server Thursday night, so please come join us. And somewhere is Watson. He was here, but he's been very quiet, which makes me think that he's dead or drunk.
We're both dead drunk.
Dead. He's dead drunk.
So, yep, we'll talk to you guys later.